Hey everyone, Jabba the Griffin here with my second set of the first round. This one was played on Friday. I don't know when this will go up. This will probably go up on Tuesday. So I'm a little bit behind, celebrating America as one is wont to do. We have one of the matches that was hyped up in the uh, live stream pairings matchup. That's Hclat versus Blightbringer. I know I specifically talked up Hclat a good amount. Uh, really like his style, a unique team building. I've heard good things about Blightbringer. Haven't seen him play as much as I've seen Hclat, but fair warning. I don't know what specifically happens, but I have seen rumblings that this is a let's say interesting series. So apologies in advance if this one goes a little off the rails, either the matches themselves or my commentary. So let's get started with this first game. Got a Scarm lead up on Vappy, and let's see how that goes. Could be YOLO Scarm lead, something I like to run. Uh, Vappy lead is not obviously the most common thing in the world. Could be running something like Specs right out of the gate. That's always pretty cool, like Specs Pump coming in right here. Definitely probably not Specs because that did nothing. So that's just a kind of could be some sort of baton pass. Vappy. No, because it just hard switches out the Fortress. And so far, I'm already seeing that this is not my kind of match. which could be it, because I was not expecting this specific matchup to be a stall-a-thon. And if that's exactly what it turns into, then you guys are in for probably one of the worst stall match analysis you've ever seen. I don't think I've personally played stall in the past 10 years. Maybe once, just because I figured my opponent wouldn't expect it, but it's just not something I'm good at anymore, and it's something I definitely don't want to sit through in my free time. And then he goes in the Selby after getting a layer down on the Blissey. The Blissey did nothing. Did even paralyze? I wasn't paying that. Oh, it chunked the Fortress down with Stosses in exchange for just the single layer. Interesting. So this is bulky Seed Celebi. And there's not much more to say right now. As Blake goes into Gengar. And Hclat into Moltres, and then Blade's gonna bring the Blissey in, and then or the Melodic, then this is probably gonna Wisp. Oh, he goes for the double. Probably predicting the Blissey switch in, but Blight was willing to take the possible Wisp with Melodic. Not that it needs Marvel scale in this specific matchup, but it's probably more that Melodic doesn't mind being burnt that much in this sort of matchup right here, as far as I can tell, at least. Like I said, not a big stall guy, so all right, man. I can already tell which way this game's going. Buckle up, because I might kill myself. Oh, I specifically try to avoid these types of matches. This is built for triangles. This is not built for me. And hopefully that's just like a bulky CM, because that'd be a pretty good matchup for it. Not really though, because it'd be hard to break the T-Tar. And obviously the Moltres comes in for free for a while. Probably better off with a toxic fire punch set. That would put a lot more work in this matchup. But obviously it's not that set because it's comes out with the T-Bolt. Maybe we speed this up a notch. I know I'm very slow because usually to keep up with two offensive juggernauts, you got to go really slow. But there could be a point in this match where we switch to hyper fast. Oh man, and that point is probably gonna happen sooner than later. That's a good sign. The T-Tar chunks the Skarmory as it gets a layer up and gets the burn. So that Skarm's in a rough spot. That won't be hanging around, but I don't know if that would be the tipping point for Hclat. I guess I should try to analyze deeper win cons at this point. Because I'm pretty sure at this rate there's going to be a whole lot of nothing for a while. So that T-Tar took pretty much nothing. That assuming, so have we only seen the Fire Blast? Assuming that's got either Pursuit or maybe it's got Crunch and Rock Slide. The Melodic's going to wall it all day. That's a problem. Melodic walls a lot of Hclat's team. Except the Celebi, but the Celebi is not in a rush to break the Melodic. As you see the double coming right here. That gives Blightbringer the opportunity to have the slight advantage in doing nothing. There's one layer on each side. I think maybe... Well, you gotta assume, what's that, probably on Blight's back. That's probably Hclat alright, so even if he forced harder with the Fortress Spikes, Blight's gonna eventually get that spin off. I'd have to think to check my mental notes to see if there's any chance that's Gengar in the back for Hclat. Obviously, he has the Fortress pretty low, so getting spikes up is gonna help bring it down to 29. Yeah, thought it was a little lower than that. So the Skarmory's down, so that's gonna be no more layers, which are really good in this matchup against Hclat. If you can prevent the Fortress from spinning, which he should be able to do all day. So that burn actually made a relatively big difference early on, because getting that third layer up would have meant an extra 6% chip every time one of these things come in. You know, this core 4 he's got going, this little T-shaped 4. I feel like this is a team I've seen similar versions of. So someone who was more familiar with these kind of teams might be able to tell you what Hclat's last is. It's Steelix, which is really interesting. Maybe no one would have been able to tell you that. Yeah, so assuming that's a Claydol in the back for Blightbringer and he's able to spin that last layer off, I do think he has a pretty good road to the end game here. He lost the Skarm, but he spins these off, and now he's effectively got Spike's advantage for the rest of the game. Now he just needs to get to the point where he can start actually killing stuff. Not sure how he accomplishes. It's a rough wish. That Snorlatrus, appropriate name, might be out of Stoss range. I forget how much the Stosses were doing earlier. I don't have it here. I feel like they were doing like 28. Yeah, they were doing 28. Well, obviously, Hclat would know if that had 100 or less percent or HP total after the 2 layers. If he had more than would have had more than 100, maybe it was worth considering passing right there just to, and then you can do it again. Then you effectively have the fortress back at full health. You can start getting your layers down, and then you can eventually, hopefully, spin. If this T-Tar is pursuit, maybe you can knock the Gengar, maybe hit a double into the T-Tar, catch the Gengar with pursuit, and then kind of roll from there, because now you have the full game spikes advantage, and Blight can't bring it back because the Skarmory's dead. That did. Oh, my prehensile trunk. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. Not much to say right now. Just a lot of switching around. Both players doing their thing. I have a kitten walking on my desk, so that's fun. A lot more watching that's a lot more interesting than this game right now. I think I've said all that needs to be said. I think Blightbringer is ahead right now, but Hclat has a very solid line that I think brings it back, flips it, and reverses it, if you will. He just needs to get the fortress healthy again, and then try and catch the Gengar at some point and get a spin off. At the very least, get a couple layers down if you can. Kind of even it from that perspective. But besides that, they're both gonna just be playing this dance around game, seeding and wisping and all that good stuff that has no permanent ramifications outside of PP. Which, God forbid, this comes down to a PP war, I will end myself. Yeah. So the Celebi is low. He did not want to risk getting hit with another para. What's that full set? If we seen it, Leech Seed, Recover, Giga Drain. Not Calm Mind, you would think, or else he would have maybe tried to put pressure on already, unless he's saving it for a later point. You'll toss the Surf out. Get the Seismic Toss. Get the Wish back. He's going to have to throw up another Wish because of how low he is. He's going to have to take the Wish for himself. Then maybe he'll consider Wish passing it, and then we'll see if Blight decides to react to that, or if he just wants to stay in and keep throwing Stosses around. But he's got plenty of Stoss PP. He can do what he wants for a while. He can throw a Thunder Wave out if he wants. So he's going to Wish again. Maybe this could be the time where he passes the Fortress. He doesn't want to Thunder Wave this because he wants to Toxic it. Or else he's probably almost close to never killing it. Alright, this should be alright. This is an alright set. Too bad he's got the one stall counter. That's great. The one kind of answer on this sort of team that he's running to a Jirachi set like that is Steelix. It's like a perfect combination of just slow nonsense to just push this into something that's gonna last a really long time. Thought I'd get these games in right before I went to bed. I'm gonna put out a triangle special right here, 42 minutes. Yep, we got the Steelix back in, and he goes to the T-Tar, but the Claydol comes in. I don't think he expected that. I think he wanted to catch something else. I mean, that could have been what he wanted to catch because it does win the one-on-one clearly unless the crit comes in, but that is a pretty huge crit. As Hclat says off screen, that's unideal. So yeah, it does look like maybe he was going to go for the... well, it depends on what his last is. Otherwise, he just, switches out at what he was. But yeah, if he wins that exchange bet, if he has Pursuit, if he's Crunch, Pursuit, Fire Blast, which, I mean, it's a thing. And he's able to Crunch and then nail the Pursuit, then, is Claydol dying right now the most important thing? I would have thought that he would want to save that T-Tar health if he does, in fact, have Pursuit, which isn't a given. It could just be, Crunch. And then you're never catching the Gengar. I would think you would want to save that T-Tar health for the Gengar, because I would think it's probably more important to get rid of the Gengar than it is the Claydol, especially when you're at a point where you actually don't have any spikes right up now. I guess it could be kind of a preemptive play. You get rid of the Claydol, and then you get in and you throw your 3 layers down. That's definitely an option. Right now we have probably one of the most exciting types of exchanges that Advance has to offer. This is what I would probably show my friends if I was trying to get them into Advance. I would just show them this clip right here and be like, look at this high octane gameplay. We got a Toxic Vaporeon, Surf, Protect, Wish, Toxic. Okay, it's Toxicking the Melodic, and then you're never going to see this. This is just next level stuff, okay? This Melodic has a move. It's called Refresh. I don't know if you've ever heard about this. It removes the status from itself. So when once it was toxic, no longer is it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why would they put something so strong in the game? And that I can't answer that question for you. I'm not on the balance team over at Game Freak, and from what I gather, they have a pretty extensive balance team. They work hard day and night. That's why we get kind of these bi-weekly patches that are just fixing some of the imbalance issues in the game. But somehow all these years later, 15, 16 years later, we still have Refresh in the game. It's like, how are you supposed to kill Melodic? I can't answer that for you. Anyway, back to the game at hand. It's happening still. In case you dozed off, stopped paying attention, it is in fact still going on. I wonder if he risks this. This could actually, he'd even try to risk it. That's good. Oh, but he just takes it so he gets the Pursuit, or he gets it off the T-Tar. And I wonder if this is when he finally chases a Pursuit or a Crunch. He did go for it, and the Wisp missed. So he is Crunch, Pursuit, Fire Blast. So now he's got him trapped, and he's just gonna double Pursuit here. So he does get rid. Oh no, he gets a little bit of a higher roll on the Pursuit, so that just kills off the bat. That's perfect for Hclat. That goes back to what I was saying earlier. Now the Claydol's pretty low. He's just gonna stay and sack this T-Tar. So things are finally starting to boil down to the end game point. This gonna serve and kill it, or I guess he's gonna save his Spikes fodder. Or there's always the possibility that he spins and then he uses it later, but I think it's only faster than Blissey, and so once that Blissey is sitting at like 10% for some reason, I'm not sure. Not sure it was worth even keeping it there. It's not like, he just used it right there. There you go. Not a problem. Looks like he pinpointed as the Jirachi. That was actually a really good set of plays. I know I effectively spaced out, but that was solid. He got the seed off, and then after I just said I'm not sure if it'll be useful to keep the T-Tar as Spike's fodder, he effectively uses it as Spike's fodder in order to get the fortress in, and get the spin off that we've been talking about all game. Now that the Gengar was effectively killed. And then great double by Hclat. So now he got the spin off last time, and now he's gonna start spiking. He can probably afford one more before going into Steelix, right? Come on, Hclat, you can afford one more layer, right? He's got T-Bolt here. But so you can take it. Oh, he wishes anyway. See, look at that. You would have been rewarded for just clicking spikes. And that is, I was about to say, I don't know if that had shown Roar yet, but no, that looks like it was the first Roar. I was about to say that did a chunk. So usually, you would think Steelix would completely shut that set down, but that did a chunk, and with the wishes up, and I think the last earthquake only did about 37%, I think. So you're not really gonna 3-hit kill, I don't think, at that number. And especially with the wishes up, so it just gets a wish CM cycle till it rolls. So that's actually going to be a problem moving forward if he's not able to keep that Steelix healthy. Because if I'm Blightbringer, what I'm doing is I'm just pushing. I'm going to click CM. What I'm actually going to do right here is I'm probably going to double click CM, and then I'm going to click Psychic. And that's Hclat knows that that's not the winning strategy anymore to go to the Steelix. He knows he's got to go to the Moltres here. Once again, that at least Wisp on it to absolutely kill survivability. So that's probably the game plan going forward, is Hclat's just going to go to Moltres every time from now on, because the Steelix can't take those 26% chunks. That's just going to... I don't know what the last two moves are. Who does know what the last two moves are on Steelix? I'm sure someone out there does. I don't. And I don't want to. But we're definitely gonna be stuck in this feedback loop for a little bit. I think Hclat has the edge ever since the pursuit on the Gengar. But obviously worth noting that Blightbringer actually has a legitimate win con in the Jirachi, while Hclat is kind of hoping things just die into him. If that was a CM Celebi, maybe it'd be a different story. But I guess on Hclat's end, what are these PP numbers at? Jirachi's use like nothing. This has pressure. He's almost gonna need to go for like a PP stall strat. But another unfortunate thing, if he's gonna push that, is that the Celebi itself has used a good amount of PP. Giga Drain's only a baseline 8. He's used 10 leech seeds already, if that's to be believed. This is to say, if that was boom, that might be a spot to boom. Because if you do boom the clay doll, your Jirachi has like a win line. Probably is boom. I don't know. I kind of like boom, but obviously he could just wisp and then it's all over. Or he could just switch out. But catching the Moltres with a boom, if possible, is probably a good shot for Blightbringer. That was more thought than I put into my own goddamn matches. I'm a clicker and just click the button. I just click the button that kills the stuff. You just click and you kill. You click and you kill. Who would want to play like this? Probably just goes to Jirachi here. probably. I just waste another Giga Drain, so now he should be at 5. I don't know when that ends up registering. Oh, no. He had only used 1 before. He's down to 6 seeds. Okay, there we go. Exchanges like that are extremely beneficial to Blightbringer. As much as I hate to say words like that. There's going to be a lot of dead air on this, too. This is definitely not going to be my finest hour. I apologize in advance, though, so it's acceptable. It's unfortunate for like Hclat. He definitely just wants those layers up. Has no more way to heal Fortress up. That was actually a really good double by Blightbringer. Once again, like all doubles in this sort of matchup, you got to know that these only give you very temporary momentum. Like, all you got out of that double was quick 22% to Celebi, which still has 26 recovers left. So, Hclat maybe just trying to grab Lefty's recovery, so he'll do that. He'll go back out, eat another Surf. It's a good way to heal back up, because you do want to eventually set up more layers on the Blissey. I think Claydol has gotten back up a good amount too. So unfortunately, we're at the point where if you do get those layers back up, you're looking at a situation where I think Blight is going to pretty easily be able to just clear them again. I'm surprised he's just not throwing out CMs right now. Like, I wish I could get excited about these doubles, but they accomplish very little in the short term. I mean, I'm sure in the long term, you know, we're gonna look back and they're all gonna be worthwhile. We're gonna be like, remember that double switch on turn 117? That was pretty crazy. That probably won the game. That gave Hclat the 1.0001 times momentum over normal, and that just kind of snowballed from that point, and it became an unlosable matchup. You know, he saw the lines. I don't know if you saw the line, but I saw the line, and the man had checkmate in 184. I mean, and if you don't see that, if you really are watching this game and you don't see the mate in 184, then I question why you're even watching, because clearly you don't understand this game at a fundamental level, like us real goats do. Oh, he finally, is that the first time he's shown the in power, assumedly fire? Oh, punch the mic. That's how angry I am. So he's seed, recover, drain, fire. I think it was UD who pulled out the set seed, recover, HP grass, calm mind, and I really like that that set if you're going to go into these defensive matchups. I do think it's really good against other stall. It's kind of because right now you're looking at it and Blightbringer can't really kill the Celebi, and that's gonna take fucking ever. And so you kind of leverage that into also this is your end game sweeper, and it's the same way the same thing that Blightbringer is doing with the Jirachi. It's very very hard to kill for both offense and defense, and then boom, you slap CM in on there, and you have yourself a little bit of a win con. I personally don't like even when I used to play stall, I preferred win con stall. I preferred to have at least one thing in the back that could kind of win the mirrors, could sweep, because you're gonna run into a lot of, I think, matches against, even not even just against stall, against bulky offense, or balanced, and just kind of having something to fall back on where you can proactively try to set up a win, rather than hoping that no matter what the matchup is, your opponent kind of falls into you and just kind of hands you the win through the inability to kill shit. I think it's good. I mean, proactivity is always good, which is why I just prefer to be proactive through offense. But I do think there's something to be said for proactivity in your defensive teams too. Like Hclat's team is holding up really well, but I'm not sure I would call it a team that's really built for winning stall mirrors. And he's been playing really well, and he's made it this far, and from what I can tell so far, he's going to end up making it a lot further in this match. Watch it be like rest. Like rest, roar, rock slate, earthquake. Like, and that's part of why that's the issue, is if you look at Blight's team, he has 3 mons that have their own healing, while you have Hclat, who so far, I mean, I guess there's a world there this has rest, but that's very unlikely. This is probably boom. This is probably boom, right? If it's not rest, it's got to be boom. Or I guess it could be something else, but I don't see why it would be. And then this is the only thing that has its own recovery. And the Vappy is kind of over relied on to sort of pass to everything else. While Blight has that with Jirachi, which heals for itself, but then also can pass wishes to these two, the Skarmory and the Celebi, if need be. That's how zoned out I am. The Claydol, if need be. So obviously, Blight's team is built in a way that I think it has a better matchup against opposing stall. But still, at the end of the day, this is where we are. Even with the Vaporeon down and nothing to pass the Steelix and the Fortress Wishes, we're still in a world where Blightbringer they can't break the Celebi. He can't break the Moltres, but the Moltres is only coming in temporarily and throwing stuff up. But I'd say the main issue is just the inability to break Celebi. I almost think if I'm Blight, I kind of force it down and see if I can't get him to waste all these seeds, all these gigas. Maybe start throwing Psychics out. I'm not sure why he's not throwing Psychics out, because you can hit the drops. That's probably what I would be doing at this point in time if I was Blightbringer, is I would be looking to get Jirachi out more, and then I would just be throwing out Psychics. And if he stays in with a Celebi and uses more seeds, he's going to run out of seeds soon. If he goes into anything else, they're taking Psychics. 20% defense, special defense drops. Eventually, they're dying, or they're going to be forced to boom. Like if I'm him, I probably CM right here. He's taking odd lines. I'm not sure I support them. I don't think he's pressing his advantage enough. I think he's relying on the fact that he kind of has the stallier team, and just or the team that fares better in this matchup, and just kind of hoping Hclat lets it happen. This is good. Okay, I see. I just said that, and now he's turning around and going, "Please shut up. I know exactly what I'm doing. I've been here. When's the last time you've done this?" And why? Just why? Just throw psychics out, man. You're in a good spot to do it. He's low on seeds. You had a +2. Just throw some psychics out. Get some drop, get some crits, attack, and then switch out, get back in, make him seedy again until he's out of seeds. You have a lot more psychics than he has seeds. Like, I don't get the second CM. Maybe I'm just not analyzing it properly. Like to give players in the moment the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, he gets the spin off again. One thing I think he does need to be pretty careful of is the fortress boom. And that's exactly what he's doing. I think if maybe I'm Hclat, I take advantage of that there and I just spike up. Because without Blissey, Moltres is just going to be an absolute pain in the ass. So I think he's deathly afraid of the boom, and I think you just have to play for that. Oh, I mean, not really, especially with the Claydol at 100%. That crunch meant absolutely nothing earlier. I mean, the crit did, and maybe we have a completely different game right now if that EQ on the T-Tar didn't crit, and he's able to clear the Claydol. And like I said, looking back, that was a really good preemptive line, because then he did get he passed the wish back to the T-Tar, and then was still able to catch the Gengar. So now we can look back at it with the full knowledge that yes, he would be able to do both, but the crit really prevented him from being able to do so. He was only able to get rid of the Gengar, which obviously has been a huge help, and is the only reason he's still in this game, being able to pursuit trap the Gengar. But obviously, in an alternate universe, which I discussed in my last series, is a thing that exists, where he's able to catch both of them with the same T-Tar, as opposed to a different T-Tar, then I think he does kind of just roll this game. He's able to just push the layers down, get at least 2. I mean, he can be greedy and just get 2 before dying, under the assumption that that's going to be enough to make them cycle through their healing quick enough. This is a good spot to throw Psychic out, I think. I think this is a spot where he actually switches to not Celebi. Alright, the one time I make a huge prediction like that, I'm completely off base. But Blightbringer was he followed my line, and we were just both wrong. I wonder if is he just gonna push this here? That'd be really interesting. Is the Steelix slow enough to push it? And then he doesn't. I think I would have CM'd to get in there. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that is not the play, but I think I see him again there. I think I would love to get his analysis on why he was really hesitant, or anyone. I'm sure someone after this can kind of break it down for me why he was extremely hesitant to push the Jirachi, because I think a little push there wins the game more often than it loses. Crit Giga Drain, not really that relevant. He's gonna heal it off right now. If anything, rough. He's down to 4 Giga Drains. Here comes. No, he's probably gonna switch here. Yeah, he's never gonna layer up there. He's gonna take the Surf, and Blightbringer knows that he can't just throw out Surfs willy nilly. Looks like Hclat is now in a position where he just wants to stall out any attacking moves he can. He's playing kind of the GSC switch around. He's just baiting out as many attacks as he can, while he himself is going to, for the most part, avoid attacking if can be. He can play this game. He can play this game all day. The Fortress. And it looks like that might be exactly what we're getting. We're getting I can do this all day. Let's see who breaks first, or if we're in for 100 turns of this. Maybe both players have looked at this situation and goes, this is one I can play. Blightbringer. I don't think he used Psychic that entire exchange, and then he just popped one off to catch the Moltres. This gotta be low on Stosses, right? 10. Yeah, only 10 left. That's favorable to Hclat. So once that loses Stosses, that's yeah, that's all right. He's gonna try and bait the Earthquake here, I guess. You go to Moltres. Does that work on a? Does pressure work on Earthquake? I don't know. It's something I feel like I should know, but I don't. But he went to I think during that exchange he went to Selby anyway. I guess because it takes everything. No way that's not boom, right? Blightbringer, according to the chat, is not happy at all. Probably had a party to get to. And now he's stuck doing this. Probably was invited to a mega orgy. And he was like, yeah. 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes. I just gotta deal with this Hclat fella. Now here he is. And he's just he's in too deep. Yeah, you never EQ here if you're Blight. Yeah. I would, I hate to say this, but I would just go full no attack mode if I was either of these players. I would just start bouncing around. You're fine spinning whenever you get the opportunity, because with spikes at 32, and he can go, he can go like early advance. IPL. This came up the other day where you just go into the pressure to take the spin, but assuming there's no way to heal the Moltres, you actually can't take that many spins. Probably the saddest thing I've ever heard to say. And then obviously, if you get caught with the Psychic again, then you're just completely done. Yeah, if I'm Blight, I just start hard swapping. I don't ever attack. That we're out. Last refresh. He finally revealed it. All right. No booms allowed in this town. It makes sense. He probably would have shot the boom on the Moltres earlier. Anyway, yeah, that's a good chance for just go back to Claydol. If he sets a layer, you spin. If he doesn't, you just swap again. You're almost at the point where you just start hard going melodic into the Celebi, which I think is pretty hilarious. Yeah, then you just go back to Claydol, back to Fortress, back to melodic. It started going really fast. I still have it on slow. It's just the replay thing is just spazzing out. Just like my internal wiring is doing. Yeah. Spikes come down, you spin, then you bounce, and you just keep playing that. I don't know who has the advantage in that situation. We can almost be looking at like a tie. Go to melodic. Depends on what his last is here. Go back to Claydol. We're living in a world where nobody needs to attack ever. This spikes. Spin. If it doesn't, you go back to Blissey. We're in like a holding pattern right here. Go back to Claydol or melodic, whatever you're feeling this specific time. Go back to Claydol. Go back to Blissey. Go back to Claydol or melodic. Spin here since he's spiked. Yeah, that does 3%. He's got... Yeah, he's fine. Go to Blissey. Take the Wisp. Do you even bother attacking? Maybe you just go melodic here, because you don't want to just waste an attack, so you just go melodic. And you go to Claydol. And then you spin if he spikes. Back to Blissey. we got this is fantastic. Back to Claydol. Back to Blissey. Back to Claydol. Back to Blissey. This is what we need it back. Melodic or Claydol, depending on your mood. Claydol. Melodic. Yeah, then you swap. Always swap between them. Blightbringer still does have a win condition, mind you. So we are. So everything I just said is going to keep happening pretty much infinitely. They're now both locked into the server. Hclat is kind of doubling around, getting a little fancy with it. Blightbringer is playing it very straight. He just used a heal. He does remember he does still have a win condition in the back. This is a spin. I mean, that's a losing proposition, Hclat, if that's how you're gonna play it. Because if you're gonna lay spikes and you're gonna let him spin and he's gonna spin into the Moltres, that's gonna kill before the PP runs out. You never use any move here. Probably just go melodic. I think he played this set before. I don't like burning actual attacks on the Moltres because of the pressure. And because you haven't seen the last two moves yet. You're going to assume HP Grass. And you're going to assume, I guess, Roar. I don't know what that typically runs there. I don't see a lot of Moltres. And when I do, it's usually because I'm HP rocking it with Celebi. Kitten's back. How's it going, buddy? We got a real barn burner today. Real high quality, high intensity. Oh, he reset it with his foot. God damn it. Oh, absolutely amazing. Well, at least he didn't stop the recording. It could have been so much worse. I think this was around where we were. We were a little further. Yeah, we were around here. Oh my god. Actually, now that I think about it, I can't swap the fast. Because it's gonna play out. The entire situation I said was playing out. It's gonna play out until Blight does that. Until he starts clicking Calm Mind. What's the EQ count? 11? Yeah, oh, that was ballsy. Yep, he's just going for it now. And then doesn't. Trades 3 Calm Minds for a Roar. That is not how you win a PP war, by the way. You do not trade 3 for 1. Might as well have never done it in the first place. You have Roar. Yeah, he showed Roar like 800 turns ago. Yeah, it's spazzing out again. This is on normal speed. It just has no clue what it wants to do with 300 turns. I don't think Blight should offer a draw. I think he is in a winning position. Can you please slow down? I mean, if this is just how it's gonna go, we're gonna let it go like this. So now they're just in double switch mania, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. This is technically would normally be a draw. If I'm Blight, I push it. You know, I think I have the advantage. I think Calm Mind Jirachi eventually wins. You got 14 psychics left. You got 22 Calm Minds. I think I get it in. I think I click Calm Mind. I click Psychic. Well, here's the thing. Now with everything back at full HP, I think the best time for that was a while ago. We made progress. Look at that. The switches happened, and then we made another 3% progress with the spin on Moltres. Do that again for, 50, 60 turns, and yeah, we got another 3%, and then go again, we got another 3%. You both agree to it. They discussed about drawing. He said give it another 105 turns. He's gonna try something. He's got the long game going. He knows what's up. This is easy. He's got this one locked. Was that it? Was that the move? The toxic on the Celebi eventually leads to a win. 105 turns down the road. No, he threw a psychic out. Something he should have done 200 turns ago. But better late than never. Throw another one out right here. Thank you. Get a special defense drop. Nope. There he goes. He's starting to believe. There you go. He got some chunk damage in. That's what I was advocating for about 200 turns ago. He finally made it happen. I think if he had done that 200 turns ago, the game would be over by now. But sometimes you miss a line, you don't really think about it, and you don't realize that the game is going to turn into a marathon. And here goes again. There he goes. Is he gonna push the seed out? He's only got 3 left. Yeah, CM again. There you go. There you go, man. Psychic again. Oh, that's going absolutely swimmingly. Next time he sets that up, he might be able to push through. And here comes. He's doing it again. CM again. Doesn't matter. CM again. Yep. There we go. Wonder if you wish here. Yep. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, I don't know. I skipped it like I was watching at home. Yeah. T-Wave didn't really make much happen. I think it's a spin off here. Oh, that's not HP Fire. HP Ice. Okay. Is that the first time that was revealed to us? Honestly not relevant here, obviously. Oh yeah, see Blightbringer's at ice? Yeah. It is, bro. I guess he's kind of mixed mensish weak. Not really, not with the Vaporeon. One of the okay answers. Do you wish here? I just went straight for the psychic. Wonder why he's not throwing out EQs. CM again, yeah. How many psychics does he have left? 6. That's the. Oh, he broke. Okay. Those are about to block. Alright, so he knew what was up. He finally decided, you know what, let me push this. And it's working. But hard butt on this one, down to 5 psychics. So it's gonna be tough because Hclat is gonna try and bait those out for free. I mean, Blade's been doing a really good job of taking advantage of that so far. So he's just gonna CM up at least 2 times, probably right here. Well, now that that's in, no, yeah, because he's always switching here, so you see him again. That's fine. You're fine. Just CM again. You see him again? I think so. Question is, do you see him again? And the answer is yes, I think so. And then do you see him again? And I think the answer is yes. That works too. That's a killed Pokemon. You push Psychic here? He does, but that's the issue. Is Hclat's doing a really good job of that pivot. I think with the seed up, I think he had to switch out and start going and then start over again because he's only got 2 seeds left, so he can only play that game twice. But you are at 3 CMs, but not 3 CMs, 3 psychics. The psychics. The issue is that seed also allowed the Steelix to regain a significant amount of health. God, I wish that was Boom so much. Yep. Click CM. Click CM. Click CM. With 10 left. We're almost in like effectively the same position. I don't know. This is tough. I like Blightbringer's push, but I think it might have fallen up short. So maybe he should have taken the draw. I gave him the advantage. I thought he had it with that set, but Hclat did a really good job of mitigating the Jirachi push. And like I said, obviously, you know, that would have been great like 200 turns ago, but you know, no use. crying over spilt calm minds. That's what my mom always said. So I don't know, with only 10 CMs left, I guess you can just try and but yeah, at 100%, he's always safe now. So now we're back to now we are actually fully in a position where I don't think Blightbringer should ever attack. And Hclat is also in a position where he should never attack. So this should be a draw. I think this is effectively a draw. I don't think either player can win from this spot because their best plays is switch back and forth. Well, how many EQs do you have? 12? And 15 psychics? I mean, if you push the attacks on the Celebi, it's got to eventually recover. And you might be able to get to a point where it. But that's the thing. Do you have enough attacks to push out 11 recovers? And I think he does if he starts ice beaming with Blissey. I think that's his win con. If I'm Blightbringer, I start tossing out ice beams with Blissey, and then if I'm not able to push out enough of anything through that, then that's when I go to full switching. Yeah, just honestly, just keep doing that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's as a mon that should be attacking. That it's the Blissey. The Blissey has the moves that can actually push out. Because all you need to do to win is push out the recovers from this Celebi. I don't think Surf's the play. I don't think Toxic's the play because he just gets rid of that by switching out. Well, you can Surf now until he's forced to switch out. But he's gonna try and pull it on one of your. Great job. Yeah, he's gonna try to pull all the rest. Okay, looks like he finally broke. Yeah, I mean sometimes it takes a while to find the line. As you can see, it took me a little bit to find the line, and Blightbringer was able to successfully nail it. After 424 turns, I have been recording for an hour and 3 minutes. I don't know why. I should just top rated. This is not my strong suit. This is not the type of game that I feel confident narrating. I don't think I'm good at playing these stall games. I think there are a lot of players in this tournament, even some that are doing these narrations like triangles, that would have been able to break this down a lot better and kind of micro analyze kind of what each player needed to go for, where I can really only look at it on a macro level. It was interesting. Like I said earlier, I tend to specifically seek out matches that I believe are going to end quickly. So to be hit with a 424 turn match, just not something I expected from this pairing. I think Hclat played it really well. I think he was at a severe team disadvantage, and I think Blightbringer did not push his advantages hard enough at the right times. But I think he came around to it eventually. I think, like I said, I think I pointed this out. I think the early push was Jirachi, and that did end up getting the Fortress kill. And then I think the second push was just start attacking with Blissey. There was no reason to not be throwing ice beams out once the Fortress went down. I think that just breaks eventually. Breaks Hclat's team. And he eventually did, and then he got himself in a good spot where he could toxic the Celebi and then start throwing out Surfs, and that was good enough to win. But, oh boy, this is not something I expected to be doing ever. So, anyway, if somehow, some way, you, I guess, listen to this entire thing, possibly in the background while you were doing something else, thank you. I appreciate it. We still got 2 games left. Hopefully, hopefully they're at least 5 to 10 turns shorter. Whew.